Hi guys, my name is Stanley and thank you for watching my channel. For today's episode, we're going to talk about how to install magnets into your RC tank, especially for the hang-long models where it is a clamshell type construction where it's attached by screws to the joint, the bottom and the lower part together. So one thing I find really annoying about this is that to access the insides, you constantly have to unscrew a lot of screws and you have to turn the tank upside down, which may damage the details that you put on already on top of your tank, and these details tend to be quite fragile. So using magnets would be a lot more convenient. So I'm going to show you today on how to do this really useful hack.
All this, so it's really simple. Get your magnets. I recommend the 6mm ones. These are 6 by 3 mm. The reason why, because they fit exactly onto the screw bosses here. They fit exactly. So, and then what you need to do is I use alcohol. This is industrial alcohol, and I put it in a squeeze bottle because it's easy to dispense and very accurate without any spilling. Without spilling, sorry. So it actually doesn't spill, so it's very safe. You only dispense if you squeeze it. I use Shelly's epoxy fix super steel. Just mix up and I actually using a scrap piece of styrene that has protective film on it, and this protective film is actually pretty good non-stick. So you could use it on wax paper or anything, or any scrap piece of paper. It's up to you. So what I'll do is I'll mix up a small batch. I think this is more than enough. Too much actually. So there's a bit of hardener. What I'll do is, how I measure is that I always put in 2 rows so I know how much I squeezed out. Of course, mix it. I use a bamboo skewer stick because they're cheap and available, and they're always clean. So thorough mixing, quickly work and apply the epoxy where you want it to stick. So if you can see the marks, I've pre-marked where I want to go. You don't have to use a lot because the fit is quite tight, so you don't actually have to put a lot of epoxy, but it's enough for it to make sure it stays there. Put it in, press it down. So sometimes, as you can see, it doesn't want to go in. I'll use my skewer stick. Just press down. So each and every one, make sure they're. It seems to be about set. I always keep the batch of epoxy going because instead of touching this, I will touch this and see if it's set already. If it's set, it'll be dry, nice and hard, and then job done. I'll show you on how to do the more difficult bit. This is actually the easier part. To clean the residue of the epoxy off. I like to use this one because it's nice and flat. So this is our upper half of the turret, and you need to cut the appropriate bosses off. So start, work efficiently by marking which one you are working with. So definitely the ends. The magnets are pre-stuck onto the lower turret or the lower part, because what you're going to do is going to be putting epoxy on this side, and what you're going to do is you're going to put it on, and then the epoxy will grab onto the magnets, and hopefully everything is sticking well. I actually made a little jig out of styrene. If you can see it here, it's the size, I can't remember the size of this one. So basically, it's the size of the screw bosses. So when I put this jig onto here, as you can see, it is exactly 6mm because each of these magnets are 3mm. We double them up, is 6mm. So It's obviously important to get the depth of cut as accurate as possible. You could have about 1 millimeter of tolerance between the gaps, so it's not too bad. Again, as usual, don't always dry fit your bits. Make sure everything fits before you start gluing them up, because once it's glued, there's no turning back. So make sure all your magnets are installed, dry fit, panel fitment is good or not. Now's the time, and I find this one a bit off. You want to find out, now's the time, not after, then you'll be in a world of trouble. Okay, so now on to the messy bit. So again, before I do any gluing, I always clean the surface, because you know, my hand may be oily or dirty, and make an equal amount there. Fresh skewer stick, mix. Involved, so I always put a thick blob. If you notice, I'm stabbing the glue in and then leaving a thick blob on, because there is a possibility that the magnets may have a little gap from the screw bosses to the magnets, so a little gap filling is necessary. Sometimes I find that, you know, with inaccurate cuts, I have to fill up to 2 to 3 mm worth of gaps, so not fun. Not a fun way to find out. One last one. I feel the epoxy starting to harden up, so I better move quick. Wind them up. And down she goes. Make sure everything lines up perfectly. Because leave it be for 5 minutes, and then we'll come back and see.
The epoxy is hardened. What we do is always checking the mixture that you made. So if this is hard, then this should be hard. So we check. If you can see over here, check the gaps. If all is correct, and everything seems to be perfect. And what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna clean up the chisel blade. So I'm gonna clean off this excess. Next up is that I'm going to mix a batch of epoxy and wrap the magnets in epoxy.
So with the skewer stick, I could apply the epoxy in a wrapping motion. Don't worry about getting epoxy on the magnets. You can always use the blade to clean it off later. Important that you work fast and you wrap the each and every magnet, reinforce it by wrapping. Okay, so now the epoxy is all kind of set already. Using the chisel blade, cleaning up the surfaces, as you can see over here. The epoxy is not fully set yet, so it's relatively soft still. All you need to do is just clean the very flat edges, flat surface, sorry. So you don't have to clean the entire lot, just make sure it's flat. That's all you need. Okay, once all surfaces area is clean, there you go, snap on. This is one of the easiest to do mods and easily my favorite mod for an RC tank. I do it even for my bare bone basic tanks, because it makes maintenance so much easier by just opening the hull, check what's wrong, then if you line it up properly, it'll snap right on. Okay guys, I hope this video has been useful and informative on how to install magnets for your RC tank. You can get these magnets from our website www.rctanklegion.com, and if you have any questions or any suggestions on what video to do next, any questions you need answering, please feel free to comment below. And as usual, please like, share and subscribe.